I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be.
Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Izuku and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow. This has been, sorry we're late. Traffic.
Why point that out? Why point that out?
Because I wanted the traffic.
I don't know. They
I
already
wanted the traffic joke.
wanted the traffic
Yeah,
joke,
I had to go
right?
with the traffic joke. So, hi, good morning. I'm Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns, and this is,
Reverend Dr. Michelle Izuku.
and this is our special guest.
Adam Smith.
Yay!
Adam is one of the amazing performers that will be on our May 8th concert. So we're super excited. So we kidnapped him today and said, "You're on
Yes.
the sofa."
Yes, there was many times he tried to avoid us.
That's not true. You love us.
No, he was trying to sit in the audience.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
I said, no, your
No,
butt's
you're on
up
the
here. You're on
And
the
he
sofa.
brought the guitar, so we're just letting you know ahead of time that he's
Yes.
going to grace
He
us
will
with
be.
some of his amazing voice. That's
Yes.
I love this voice.
I shared Carry On My Shadow this morning because that is one of my favorite songs of yours. And I was your concert last week
Was
was
that the one
so
you started
good.
with?
No.
What's
the one
he
I
started
ended
with? It was
with.
like,
It was the one he ended with.
And it had a
Oh.
drummer. And
Yeah,
rock
that
out.
box
I had to
drum.
leave.
Oh.
I didn't see that, but I saw the
Yeah.
first one, which was like I couldn't take my eye. It was so good. Such
Yeah.
a good song.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being
He's like,
Yeah.
great. I wasn't gonna do either one of those.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'm glad you saw it at that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful voice.
So we are here at the Unleash Your Life Studio, 7220 North 16th Street, Phoenix, Arizona, 85020. We are located in building
You
A1.
can still make it.
You'll see it because the girls are on the door and we have a sandwich board out front.
I mean, you can't lose. You can't miss us now.
You can't miss us now. And there's a sandwich board out front.
If
That's
you're
how I
local-
found it.
Is that how you
Yeah.
found us?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
So
we're
if
so
you're
excited.
Local, get here. You're not late. Just
You're not late ever.
No, never
Yeah,
late.
you're
Never late.
always on time. Perfect
Yes.
divine timing.
Yes.
Always. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I like how you start at usually 11:11, so it gives
Right. So
Even a little more time.
we give you a little bit more time because sometimes people, take a while to wake up.
Or they
went to another service.
We don't want to replace whatever you have going on. We want to be a part of it. So
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Or they get detoured on the freeway.
Or they get detoured on, especially those coming from East Valley. Thank you so much,
that
East
can
Valley.
happen.
Thank you so much, Whitman. I mean, like, people travel to be here.
In person.
Yes, they do.
And we appreciate
So
that.
we
appreciate
so
that. We love all the
appreciate that.
hugs we get in the morning. It's so beautiful to start with all this wonderful energy. So,
Yes,
for sure.
it is awesome.
All right.
So, do you want to pray us in, Reverend Dr.
We'll do it.
Michelle?
Let's do it.
All right.
With the sound of the chime, let's take a deep breath and release. Let's let go of everything that's happened before this moment together. Just let it all go, fall to the side. And we're going to release anything that's coming up after our time together. We're just letting that go for now, just for now. We're coming into the present moment, into the recognition that we are all one. There is only one power, one presence, one life. And we call it God. We call it divine energy, spirit. It is love. It is joy. It is that connection. It is peace. And each one of us, we are each that divine energy manifested uniquely, perfectly as us individual. We are each that love, that joy, that peace. And so from that knowing of my truth, of who and whose I am, I speak my word into the law, knowing that as I do, I set the law of God in motion, which can only say yes. And I speak my word for this time together, for our collaboration, for the connection, for the ideas, for the sharings, for all of it, for this time that we have put aside to be together. I'm so grateful for Adam being with us on the sofa today. I'm excited. I'm grateful for the gift of his voice and of his music and his beautiful guitar playing. I'm so grateful for everyone in the room that adds their light to our time. And as we allow ourselves to be in this moment, as we allow ourselves to receive what is ours to receive, I know this is a divine moment, truly guided and blessed. And so I let it go, know and trust that it is already done in the mind of God. And together we say, and so it is.
All right.
It's hard to speak up when I'm praying.
Right?
I'm telling
I
myself, project.
Project, yes. That reminds
Because
me.
we can't find our, I don't know.
Let
why.
me write that down so that I get them. Yes.
Well, or I'll just.
Well,
remember them.
it's probably
Get
better
the
for
mics.
me because since I'm singing.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to sing into your mic.
I know.
That is true. We'll be all like,
right. No
Lean
kidding.
closer.
Yeah.
You will get it in stereo.
I know, right? Well, you all are present and you have your card on your seat there. Our card this morning says, I embrace my personal growth and the wealth it brings to my life.
whoa.
And we all know wealth isn't just about money. You can see wealth in so many ways. Money is one way it can express for sure. And I love when money expresses
Absolutely.
wealthy in my world. But there's so many different ways that wealth is expressed. And it's as we grow and as we continue that journey within ourselves, the exterior matches it, right? So I love this card today. This is the last week of our month, talking all about growth and prosperity. So I think we had a great month about this.
We
topic.
did have
I
a
think
great
it's
month
been
about
really
that.
Exciting.
I'm cheating. I want to see what next month is. Ooh, okay.
Well, tell the people.
Oh.
So next month is transformation and resilience.
I mean, that's going to be
Yeah.
a serious topic right before it gets really hot here. So
Yeah.
I think we need
Right.
to be resilient.
We need to
get
be
through our summers here.
resilient for that, right? exactly.
Doesn't bother me.
That's right. It doesn't
And
bother
just keeps chanting, it doesn't bother me. I'm fine.
Right.
Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me.
That is funny though.
That is funny.
Yeah. So I loved this. I embraced my personal growth and the wealth it brings to my life because, right, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
This is for sure.
And, personal growth is something I think we're all constantly doing, right?
Well, hopefully. I mean, I think
True.
you do it,
Everybody in this room,
Intentionally.
I'm expecting that to be
or it
truth
happens
on.
by default. I'm just saying, we want to do it intentionally, or it's by
Right.
default. Yeah.
Right. Well, they show up here.
They have no choice.
We engage them.
You have no
We
choice.
engage them in their personal growth. So that's
Yeah.
the thing. And collectively, when we talk about personal growth and this ministry, not to brag about the concert again, but I'm going to brag about the concert,
please
right?
brag about our concert.
That is such a step up for Sofa Sundays, for Begin Within Ministries to, engage in this. And I think you were our first on, or, we did a thing. Would you be interested? And the people that are engaging in this concert never even said, let me think about it.
Or how much are you paying us?
Right. Or when?
No.
When is it?
I know.
They didn't even ask when it
I
would be. They
know.
said yes. And that attitude of saying yes to opportunity when it presents itself to you, no matter what it is what grows your wealth in this life.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I like that.
That's, yeah.
Say it again for the people in the back.
I forgot what I said. No, when you say yes to your opportunity, however it presents itself to you, is how we grow and increase our wealth in this life. Opportunities come, and there's so many times, and I just heard this recently, and there's this, experiment happening, and this, they have two people for opportunity, right? So they're, actually, I think Reverend Michelle talked about this with the being lucky, and one person could not see the things that were there for them. Like they put a $5 bill on the ground and that person walked right past it, right? But the other person saw it immediately, right? So having ourselves attuned to the opportunity as it presents itself is what creates more and more of that, right? Because what we, acknowledge or concentrate on is what we bring to ourselves.
And you are a master at that, because one of the reasons why Sofa Sunday exists is because you just said yes. I threw the idea out there. I didn't even get the sentence out. I think I said, so I have this idea, and she says yes. Was that about as much as I got out?
Yeah, that was about it.
No,
Yeah.
I think I might
She
have
probably
said
gave us a little bit more.
I might have
When
said a
it's
little
right,
more.
it's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are really good at that. You are really good at just saying yes to the opportunity, and then knowing that it's been divinely put in front of you, and then you move forward into it. I think that's not always easy to do. And oftentimes because we don't operate in the present moment. So we're constantly in the future and the past thinking, and we're running around there. So when something comes across our plate, we can't even tell if it's been divinely guided, because we're not sitting in the present moment to get the hit like that, like you do.
Right.
So like when I came to you with the idea to do Sofa Sundays, you're so good at staying in that awareness that when it came across, and I couldn't even I know I didn't get my whole spiel out. I don't even think I got the first sentence of my spiel, because I was very nervous to share it anyway. But I got the hit that I needed to share it with Jeannie. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, if I feel it when I'm with her. So we went and had a coffee date, and I said, all right, well, if I feel it again. So I did, once wasn't enough. I was like, Spirit, if I feel it again when we're talking, then I'll go for it. And of course I felt it while we were talking, and then I went for it, and she said yes right away. So there's a thing about staying present. When you are future thinking a lot, worried, stressed, anxious, when you are mad, and how's this always happening to me, and you're keeping yourself in this past, grinding everything that's happened and why it was right and whatever. When those opportunities come across your plate, the ones that are divinely guided and the ones that just come across your plate, you might not be able to tell the difference. So you might say yes to the wrong thing and say no to the right thing because you're not in that present space. And I think when we've said yes to the wrong thing, we learn very quickly, right? Like, okay, that wasn't my thing to do. But I think it also can help us to personally grow.
Sure.
By that awareness of, what happened there? Where was I off with that?
Mm-hmm.
And to recognize that, let's get present before we maybe jump into those things and feel what it's like in the present moment. Okay, so if I'm present, then what's my move here?
Right.
Is this, you already have all your answers. I promise they're already all in here. It's all beginning within. It's already there for you. But to access it, you have to be in the present moment. Spinning around on these outside future and past thinkings and all the stories we love to tell ourselves or that everybody else loves to tell us on the news or whatever, you just aren't in the space where you're going to get that guidance.
Why'd you say yes?
Well, I had already manifested it.
Oh, that's right. He's might be why we're even having a
Yes,
conversation.
that is true. That's why we said yes so quick.
Might be Adam.
Well, I really was just thinking of the year ahead and wanting to put more music on, more music dates in my calendar. And I was really thinking that. I was really thinking I'd love to have, more opportunities to sing. And I came in here and you both approached me and were like, we want to have a spring concert. Do you want to play? And I was like, yes. I thought you'd never ask. Well, I knew you would ask.
Yeah. I've been waiting for you. What took so long?
You took a long.
You took a long time to get that hit. What's happening?
I didn't think about it very long before, So
I know. I think you made it one aisle.
I knew attacked him as soon as he came in.
Yeah, it's great.
Can I, I'm not going to share more than what you share whatever you want, but I know that came out of some experiences you've been having. Yeah. The recognition of the desire to create this space for your, that manifestation of those opportunities for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's something that happened. And instead of staying in past thinking or future thinking, right? You chose, I'm going to manifest instead. I'm going to do this instead. Do you mind speaking to that? Because I love that story when you share that.
I don't mind that at all. Yeah, there's been lots of changes happening in my personal life that have been challenging, and I've just been trying to sing my way through all of it. Just singing to myself, talking to myself, and it's helping me to be a better friend to myself.
Oh, I love that.
And yeah, that's what Anne says. I'm crushing it. She's yeah, she really builds me up, and it's just great to have that support. And it's just always really cool to see when you get really clear about something, whether whatever inspires it, whatever causes it to conjure within you, whether it's a challenge or whatever it is. It's just so cool to see those manifestations.
Proof of concept.
Yeah, it's just cool to see that pop in reality, and so that's kind of how it came together for me.
I love that.
I love that. Yeah, that you're just playing music through it. Yeah, I'm a cleaner through things like that myself.
Well, come on and help me.
Well, I'm actually good right now, so I leave things messy when I'm good. It's only when I'm angry that things are clean. So,
well, that's good.
or I have stuff to work out, and I'm like,
it's channeled. It's ground. It's however you ground.
Exactly.
Use it. I always think use that
Right.
instead of go I could lay down and wallow in it, which is
Right.
I feel like doing that when I have something come up that's upsetting me. I feel like I can't do anything now, and I just want to lay down. And maybe I can't do exactly the things I was planning to do that day, but I can clean too. There are sometimes I just need my mind to stop. And cleaning, believe it or not, is a present moment task.
Right.
It is that moment. Washing dishes, I know it's crazy, but maybe that's why there are dirty dishes, because it causes you to stay. Don't let your mind wander. Stay present when you're doing that. You got the feeling, the water, you can see things.
Folding laundry can be very zen.
It is, yeah. So
As long as it's not a fitted sheet.
no, we don't do it. We do this with fitted sheets,
Yeah.
and then we just push them in the drawer. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to follow the videos that teach you how to do it. I'm not doing it. That's
There are some
ridiculous.
things that I'm not going
Not
to
doing
YouTube
it.
at university
No,
for.
I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
that's just
But I do feel like that's very special to be able to say, I'm not going to stay in this state that I know doesn't serve me. Not bypass it.
Right.
Not bypass it. So
Right.
very clear. We're not saying you can't have those feelings, but maybe you say to yourself, I know that if I stay here and wallow in it, maybe I do it for a few minutes. Okay, I'll do this for a little bit, but I'm going to get up and use that recently and push myself into the present moment and use it to do something that will make it better for me. So like recently I had an issue where I was feeling like that. So I cleaned off a part of the house that I wanted to, it's bothering me. It's blocking my flow, right? So my mind goes, okay, maybe I can't mentally do the thing I want to do today, but I can go and clean this, and that will still make me feel better. That's still going to put me in a good space instead of wallowing in it, which is going to keep me in a low vibration.
Right.
Yeah, and seeing the physical change, it really, your mind responds to that, I think.
Right. It breaks
I think
open
it's
the
a subconscious thing, and it's nice to see the transformation and to move the energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The energy definitely goes where your attention is.
Yes.
Right. What they say, where your attention is, energy flows. And, if we're concentrating on something that is blocking our creativity, you hear that a lot right now. It's been, which I love, is that you realize that anxiety is cured with creativity, and creativity is blocked with anxiety. So, these things are
It's amazing.
related, right?
Yeah.
So when we are in that, and we've all had that, right? That churning sensation, and you get creative, whatever it is. I have coloring books, that I can, and some of them have curse words in it because it helps with throat chakra, to clear that. And so like there are time periods, right, that we just really have to have that ability to bring it up and out. And I think that this has been an amazing time period as we've gotten a chance as a group, as our spring concert group,
Yes.
to get together and go to the
site.
auditorium and see where we'll be. That was kind of like an amazing experience, having us in there together.
No.
That was really awesome.
I couldn't wait. I was already checking it out online.
Right. Yeah, you were the first one there as well.
I
Yeah.
was like, this is where we're going to be. I want to get excited about it.
It's a first of many, Adam. I'm
It's
telling
beautiful.
you.
It's a beautiful venue.
First of
Yes.
many of these types of experiences, for sure,
Yeah.
because we love music. We have a huge music crew. We love the arts. We love we're going to be doing so
Yeah,
many,
the creativity is
things with this group.
definitely.
Yeah.
And it's
Love it.
raising energy too.
Oh, yes.
It's really,
Yes.
really raising energy.
Right. And to me, this is definitely, our personal growth. If you look at Sofa Sundays, the growth of Sofa Sundays through our personal growth, mine and Jeannie's, and this brings about things like this concert. Like these are things like you said yes, and we started stepping into something we didn't know how. It was like there was no roadmap. We were just making stuff up and scared.
Right.
We were
And
worried.
scared.
And scared. We did it we trust.
And most of us, and most people know that, like, this is not Michelle and I's full-time gig, right?
yet.
Like,
Not
Not
yet,
yet.
baby. That's the goal.
like everyone else, we have other things happening in life.
Right.
Michelle has children still at home. Thank God I don't know. But I do
Luckily,
have
some of my
pets.
children at home because
Yeah.
they help with Sofa
They help with
Sundays.
Sofa Sundays,
Isn't it
right?
true?
that there's so much going on in this world right now, right? You know, so there's our relationships, our careers, our, you know, tribe, our personal growth. You know, I'm in classes, you know.
I got married last year. I'm almost a year anniversary.
I know you're
Next
coming.
week, year
coming
anniversary.
up.
Unbelievable.
It is.
Hi, husband.
It's the 6th, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's the 6th. So it's funny that there's 3 days, right? So Dakota and I are together 11 years on the 4th.
Woo!
And
Wait. You're April 4th?
we're April 4th.
And we're April
yes.
6th?
Yes.
Dakota.
Yes. There's
This is
it's
like
all
a-
about the orange blossoms.
It's all about
people.
love, people. It's all
Yeah.
about love.
And,
the orange blossoms.
And April 5th, I'll be officiating a wedding for 2 friends. So
Okay.
like
It's
there,
a love
it's
week.
just a
It's
love week. Yeah, it's just a great time period.
Oh,
So
that's perfect.
it really is, because spring is about that, right?
Mhm.
So there's that,
About
right?
Yeah.
There's about that type of growth in all these areas that we reach out in. And then you are like, okay, now how do I weave all these things together? You know, how does it get to be not compartmentalized, but to be brought in together? And I think about that when I go to work, when I go to classes, when my partner and I are in conversation. It is about being that same person no matter where I am. So sometimes I'm louder, right? Like there's different periods of time that I'm a little louder, and there's a period of time where I have, you know, throat chakra clearings and things like that. But basically, I am the same person, you know, and that's what I learned over the last couple of years, was that needed to be for my own integrity and authenticity, that I needed to be. So that's like one of my personal growth aspects that I've seen come from being here. Could I get a mic?
While she's doing that, I'm going to turn down the air because it is warm here.
It's warm? Oh,
It's
okay.
warm.
You're getting turned down good, because I'm over here like I forgot my fan.
It's switching.
Well, as you were talking about that, I was picturing a tapestry, you know, of all the different threads from all the different places in my life. And I think, I mean, that, like, you hit it right on the nail. What binds them all together is that the thing that each of those areas have in common is that I bring my spirituality to it.
Right.
Bring my humanity to it. And, you know, traffic, barometer for my serenity, you know, all
Oh,
those
for
kinds
sure,
of things
yeah.
where you get to look at how am I reacting to this? Okay, if I'm reacting in a way that doesn't feel like my commitment to the earth, then I need to, you know, take a look at what's happening.
Right.
But I think that the key for me is that I'm always me.
Right.
All of that.
Exactly.
So I love that.
Yeah, there is that. I love that. Right. I'm always me. And having that ability to be ourselves no matter where we're at, I think is the biggest part. Thank you so much,
We pulled
darling.
the thing up. Pull that thing up.
Pull
Yeah,
that
then it will
part
stop
up.
turning.
Or
In the back, that.
Sorry, we're getting fans set
Yes.
up. There we go.
It's already trying to be
Okay.
summer here. I don't
And,
know what's
and
happening.
watch the videographer behind you. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you, True.
I had a reading that I wanted to bring to life here
Oh,
for
how
everybody.
usual.
Oh, how usual. So, you know, I get different hits throughout the week. And this morning I was like, oh, let's take a look at what it is, right? And this personal growth, so I embrace my personal growth and the wealth it brings to my life. And so growth was the word that really stuck out to me. And so as I was in the Science of Mind textbook, I looked on page 288, and it talks about seeing life expressed. Now,
Where are you at?
I'm down at, there's only 2 paragraphs,
Okay.
but I'm down in the middle, you know, with the
Gotcha.
run-on sentences.
Ernest.
Ernest.
I know.
Ernest and his run-on sentence. So
Right.
exactly
Yes,
how
he
usual.
does it.
So I am in
It's right here.
about middle of the paragraph closer to the end. And this is one of my favorite quotes, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes. Know that the greater abundance of every good thing which you are bringing out in your life, the more perfectly you are satisfying the divine urge within you. Anything you can dream of, and Ernest puts this in all capital letters, is not too great for you to undertake if it hurts no man and brings happiness and good into your life. You know, and that is something that I probably say, you know, at least once a month, if not more.
Right.
That anything you can think of, as long as it harms no one, is yours to have. And so I'm really glad I finally found where it's at. And so then when we jump over to page 289, it talks about, and for those that aren't real familiar with Science of Mind, it talks about treating, which is our prayer, right?
What we call
our praying, you know, affirmative prayer. In treating or in praying, we conceive of the ultimate of the idea, but never the process. So the what, but not the how. Because the how limits us.
That's God's.
Right? It had you talked about what you wanted. I want it to be out there. I want to have more musical thing. Did you think to yourself, so I'm going to walk into Sofa Sundays and they're going to have a concert and they're going to invite me?
No, it was unconditional.
Right.
It was unconditional.
Yeah. So that's the biggest part, is like, have the what, but not the how. Because you will limit yourself.
And you won't see it.
And you won't
You
see
won't
it.
see it when it does come.
Right.
Because you're looking for
Right.
specifics.
And then we go back to the opportunity. But for my friend Ann, I'm just going to add this and say, let it be easy and breezy and harm no one.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just honey. Going a little bit further, we plant a seed. Oh yeah, I'm at least a
got
page.
some stuff.
Right. We plant a seed, and there is in the seed, operating through the creative soil, everything that will cause it to develop and unfold and produce a plant.
Right.
You have something, I can feel
I
it.
have something.
Oh,
I have something.
Oh, there she goes. Miss Reverend Cindy in the house.
Yes. Welcome back, Reverend Cindy. We've missed you.
You're right.
Thank you. I just heard this last week and I thought it was so marvelous. It says, you know, you can't plant a seed in hard ground. So you can plant a seed, but sometimes sometimes it's really easy to plant that seed. We can just use our hands and plant it.
Right.
And sometimes we need a damn rototiller to get that ground prepared for that seed so we can plant it and it can grow.
Absolutely.
Nice.
That's for sure.
What were you thinking, sir?
well, I mean, that's really appropriate for this time of year.
Mhm.
I mean,
Right.
it's like seeing things blossom,
Right.
you know, and
Giving me allergies,
Mhm.
which I'm
Yeah.
under attack since yesterday.
oh, yeah.
All the manure.
Yeah. Well, you know, and then that's another way to look at trauma, you know, because trauma can sometimes do that to you.
Right.
You know, it can, you know, it can look like you're destroying that earth or you know, the damage that it causes, but then I don't know. But then, if you, depending on how you look at it, that's really,
Preparing the soil.
you know, preparing you for
Right. Mhm.
what wonderful thing might
Right.
be happening next.
Exactly.
So
Right.
that's what I like about this time of year. It's really magical to see the seeds
Mhm.
that, you know, that have been planted, like the resilience of it all and the abundance of it all, which ties right into the message.
Yes.
Well, and the beauty of it all too, like I, drastic cut all my garden in February, and it's not even end of March yet, and they're all they're all going crazy now. And I bring them all the way down. It's like they look awful for a little while, and all of a sudden all this stuff. And my brand new Hong Kong orchid, it takes a couple of years, but last year she struck out a few blooms. And this morning when I took the puppy out, I saw a bunch of blooms. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I walk right over to her and I go, good good job. You look so pretty. You're going to be a big girl. You're so pretty.
You're gonna be a big girl.
She loves it. She's so beautiful. But it is a beautiful time to recognize how that pruning, how the things happen, and then how we just keep on blossoming and growing and coming back. Like we're amazing.
Right.
Magic is real.
We are magic.
Magic
is real.
is
Magic
real.
is real.
And it really does feel magical, like you said, this
I
time
know.
of year.
So good.
It is such a feeling of, bloom where you plant it.
Bloom where you plant it. I love that.
Yeah, that whole magnificence of here's what I got, here's where I'm going, and not digging up the seed. Right. We hear that a lot, right?
This
Don't
is
dig up the
something
seed.
Sprouts.
Right.
Keep checking to see if the seed's doing
It's like, are you doing all right?
Yeah.
What's happening there? So it says, the last part, I promise.
Oh, I
Down
love
at the
it.
bottom, it says, tomorrow it is going to be. Then according to the very law of what we're using, we hold the answer in a state of futurity. Is that a word?
Futurity. Yeah.
Futurity.
It just looks weird.
It does look
looks
weird.
weird.
Yeah. Which can, that's an earnest word.
Hey, if Ernest says it, it's a word.
For future, anyway, in the future, which can never become present. If a gardener holds his seed in his hand and says, tomorrow I'm going to plant this seed, his garden will never start growing. Therefore, Jesus said, when ye pray, believe that you have, and ye shall receive. He did not say, believe and you will immediately have. He said, ye shall receive. He did not deny the natural law of evolution and growth. Nature operates according to the law of logical sequence. And that was the part I really wanted to get out there about, knowing that things take time. Growth takes time and effort and persistence. And, the difference between like looking at what your strengths are versus what your talent is. I read this morning about strength is the part that helps you do the things, right? It's the part like your perseverance is the part that helps you become a great salesperson, right? That's your talent. So like your talent is one thing, but there are many talented people who never move past having talent. Right? It's your strength that brings it out and moves it forward. So, yeah, that's what I got.
I love that. It makes me think of.
Oh, we got a hand too.
Oh yeah, let's get this true.
Hi.
Hi, Jonathan.
I'd like to add that, talent is like our God-given gifts. It's like something that we're just born with. It's something that we just have access to anytime that we really just want it. But without sharpening the knife, without the skill, and without the passion, that talent kind of rots. The skill is developed through practice, through consistent effort, through wanting to improve certain parts of the talent, refining it, transforming it, even evolving past where you were.
Oh, yeah.
Or what you were originally given, So like that passion, that's what you're talking about. It's like refining that talent. It's turning that talent into something even more special than what it originally was even, given to you. I say, and
that.
it's definitely a beautiful thing. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh,
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you for sharing.
Love
Yeah. Totally agree.
Even manifesting is a talent that when you practice.
Manifesting, yes. Yeah, and it's a practice. It's something that you constantly practice. And I read this conversation reminds me of two things. One is, I don't know who originally coined this. It was not my original thought, but you guys have all heard of I wanted to be patient. So God didn't just make me patient. God gave me situations to practice my patience. This is a huge awareness. I want to be brave. I want to be strong. I want to be confident. You don't just turn around tomorrow and you have this ability. That's not how that works. Instead, it's the growth. Okay, let me give you opportunities to develop that then. You want what? Okay, let me give you what it takes to get to that.
That came from Morgan Freeman as God.
Thank you, Morgan Freeman. And I think that's was a huge awareness for me. Is when you're praying, when you are praying for, to manifest something, to recognize there is a sequence of nature that's involved for you to you to realize and now sometimes it does turn up tomorrow as a check in the mail, and you're like,
wonderful.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes there is a whole process. I remember trying to get True. I see a hand up with Lacey. I remember I was all ready to open my first business. I had everything done. So I had worked my bum off. I had done everything. I was ready to go. And then I could not find the space. Couldn't find the space. And I couldn't find the space. And I never thought this was going to be the issue. I thought it would be the money, the education, whatever. I didn't think I'd get stalled out looking for a spot. I had everything ready to go. Well, what I didn't recognize, I just got there a little early. And those of you who know me, that's hilarious. I arrived to the place a little early. The person on this other side who had the space wasn't ready yet. Their growth wasn't done yet. They had to evolve to the place where they were ready to let it go and have it be an opportunity for somebody else. And when that aligned, I saw that clear as day. Oh, it wasn't that it wasn't there. It was always there. But the other person. So sometimes you are ready early and you feel like, why isn't this happening for me? I'm waiting. Why is it? Don't give up. There's a lot of other humans involved in the process of creating the thing that you probably are wanting to experience. And so let them have their chance to grow. They might not be as fast at manifesting. I don't know what they're doing over there. They might be in their past or future thinking. It takes a little bit of time, but it does show up. And it's just this beautiful tapestry. This is why we don't have our own planet. We're by ourselves wandering around figuring it out. We're with each other on purpose, and we do align. And when that alignment happens, oh my gosh, when you have two people with personal growth that aligns, look what happens. It's fantastic. So don't give up on things and let things evolve. Keep yourself sharp, keep doing your thing, knowing and trusting it's already there. It may just be someone else who has to move into position. And so you never know. God's timing is incredible. It's all incredible.
For sure.
And the process is not our business.
Yeah.
It's just the manifesting and keeping ourselves in our passion and keeping ourselves in that present moment, and then watch it evolve. And it's always better than you think it could be anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lace.
So when I started the archery, so you know how you have to keep practicing and practicing to get good. This year I could have gone to nationals.
Nice.
But I didn't keep practicing. So if I would have kept practicing, I could have made it.
Do you feel like that's growth too, though?
Yeah.
To learn that.
Because
Yeah.
That's
I've
huge.
been in archery for 2 years. And last year I couldn't even make it.
But you could do it next year. I love that. That's still growth. That's still growth.
Yeah, learning
Recognizing.
and recognizing what it is that will bring us further of what we need to do. I'm seeing that in my life currently.
Yes.
And yeah, so there are things that, I've gone, "Ugh," and I have literally
How was that again?
I have literally
I
had
know that feeling.
I have had that reaction several times in this particular area of my life. And then different things happen that had never happened before. And now there's an opportunity before me. And I had actually said, I'm never doing this again.
I remember this.
Yeah. I said, I'm never doing this again. Forget it. Not even going to try. And then the opportunity came up and I went, yes, I am.
One more time.
Yes, I am. One
I'll
more
do it
time.
again.
Well,
I will
because
do it again.
isn't yes is yes and no is yes.
Yeah, there you go.
It can be.
Yeah, it can be.
With
When
law of attraction.
Right.
Right.
When we get in alignment of what it is, because my passion did not change. My passion to be, someone who encourages and uplifts other people in what they do in their life. I have been that person my whole life. to be that, and sometimes I didn't always acknowledge that because I was too focused on myself. And now I feel that now that I'm older and I've had some spiritual growth and maturity happen, that I can now see that that's a part of me I enjoy. I enjoy being a teacher and a leader and someone who is a cheerleader for others. So I'm
Me too.
seeing that.
You're a great cheerleader.
Thank you.
And I've certainly had to do that many times throughout like my music career. Anytime you pursue something that is out of the box or out of the ordinary, you have to reinvent yourself in a lot of ways. And it's always about going back to your passion, because either it is or it isn't. Either it's there for you, but when you feel like it's there for you, you just can't stop.
Right.
When,
no matter what you've said.
When there's but it's just frustration sometimes. It passes, it comes and goes, but you just keep going.
I think this is a perfect moment to say, oh, do we have a question? Go ahead.
We have a statement.
So can you talk a little bit about collaboration and the things that you want to move forward with versus I'm going to do it myself? Because I think you can do both. But like Adam and I have started collaborating on some things, and I've been so grateful because I wasn't doing enough of it myself. Mm-hmm. So, you don't have to collaborate with somebody, but it can be a blessing, I think. Any thoughts on that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I definitely think when two or more gather together,
Right.
we are powerful together,
Right.
Very powerfully. We can do it by ourselves, certainly. I do a lot of things by myself. I work from home. I do a lot of my work by myself, but there's nothing like the collaborations that I have. It's sky's the limit, and it's faster, it moves faster, so much better.
Well, this concert that we're putting together is a big collaborative effort, and for me, I am a stubborn Appalachian, and we don't go to the doctor. We don't ask for help with directions. We just like to do everything in house ourselves. So it's kind of out of my nature to receive help from others, and all this transformation going on in my life right now has really caused me to reach out to the community and realize what wonderful friends that I have and the resources I wasn't even aware that I had available to me. Talking about abundance. Yeah. That's really a form of abundance that I've recognized, and I still see myself doing it. Like I was doing an outdoor market, and I was putting all my stuff back in the car, and somebody was like, "Hey, would you like help carrying something?" And I was like, "No." And I'm like, "Why do I do that? Like what?" Like, of course, like it would help me if somebody just grabbed something and, but my instinct is to be like, no, I love doing things by myself. That doesn't really make sense always, but, but it's back to growth.
It is.
Yes.
It's not a linear process. It's a, moment to moment thing.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Well, when I moved, I got to move all my stuff from a storage container to my shed. And it was just in there. And it was miscombobulated. It was one of those, if you open the door, things would run out. And I am also a stubborn Appalachian from Virginia. And
so you get it.
I get it. I totally get it. I was raised that way.
We forage for food. We just do it all.
I try to unlearn. So I keep the important things and try to unlearn the things. So my friend Gina, she lives in Williams, and she comes down and helps me. And really with my illness, being ill for almost 2 years, I had to really let people help me. Whether I wanted to or not. But I found that I felt good after they helped me. It was like, thank you, God. Thank you for putting them in my life. So Gina, she comes over and she's helping me with something else. And she goes, we could work on your storage shed. And I was like, we could? And that kind of planted a seed. And so we collaborated together, and together I have the prettiest storage shed. It is Christmas fall, spring. It is so freaking organized. And I could never have done that if I didn't say yes to help.
It's
And-
a lovely shed.
Yes, and if I didn't do, cooperation with somebody else. It was something that myself, I looked and I said, one day I'm gonna do that,
Mhm.
but I never did it. So,
Yeah.
it was with somebody's help. And
And probably more fun.
probably more
Miserable
fun.
alone, more
Right.
fun with somebody else.
More fun with somebody else because I got to tell all my stories of all my things. Yes, fun.
Love that.
I love that. Because for years I was, one dike can move you, right? Like I would not ask for help ever. And I moved every year and I can move everything by myself, right? Forget it. I don't need your help. I mean, my partner will tell you, like, let me I got it, And then my body decided, no, you don't. And as my body continued to do that, and sometimes that's how the universe helps
That's
you.
what my
Yes.
body's doing
Yeah.
right now.
That's how the
Yes.
universe helps you.
Yes.
So if you're complaining about where your body is, think about how the universe is helping you to receive help from others, because there is not just giving. You can't do all giving and you can't do all receiving.
Right.
It has to be a flow. And I think, and I'm not from the Appalachians, but I am the first daughter, first granddaughter, and you will never meet a stronger man than a firstborn woman. I mean, right? Hello, in the house.
Bunch of first
It's exactly like they wanted a boy so bad, and the only thing I picked up from that was, okay, I'll learn how to mow the lawn, so gotcha. I had another hand.
Anybody else? Jonathan?
Good conversation today.
I
Thank
know, I
you.
love it.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up as well. I'd like to just point out something that I've seen in my life just came up for me. Like the ideas, the initial ideas, the planting seeds, like how they say, hey, when you're executing on ideas, before you execute them, kind of just like keep that to yourself because you don't want any outside sources to kind of like disrupt that idea. Once you solidify the idea, you act on it. You finish, you're completed with the idea, like completing the song, completing a set list, completing like the idea, or even the idea of you said about Sofa Sundays. That was all in your mind at first, initially, without bringing it up to her at first, because you wanted to first develop the idea. You know what I mean? See how it makes sense in your mind first, and then like that's the independent part. That's the part where like it's just us and allowing that to be processed, and then. Once it's ready to be executed, it's all collaborative, and we should be open to all the collaboration and the other ideas beyond that, and all the help that goes, what roles to be played, what other things, you know what I mean? And that's really helped me kind of figure out, like, okay, well, yeah, the ideas and stuff, I can do that myself, but once I'm trying to put the ideas out there, it's really hard to do it all yourself. So then it's easier to just ask for help once the idea is solidified and ready to go.
Yeah.
Right, that's so true.
Like back to divine timing.
Absolutely.
Divine timing.
Divine
Right,
timing.
follow the leading, yeah.
And speaking of divine timing, I think it's that
I'm
time.
excited. Guess what? You're
It's
gonna
that
play some
time.
music. Should I hand this to you?
Sure.
Yeah.
But don't mind if you do. Yes,
I
thank
don't
you for
mind
that
if you
help.
I love that.
Oh, very good.
Can you tune it for me?
Oh, yes, I could actually. That's a beautiful guitar.
Thank you. It's a Martin.
Of course.
Hi, Martin.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, Martin.
So, this is a song about forgiveness, and I think it's appropriate for today because it's like forgiving myself for the times I didn't receive help, or which is part of growth, and I really didn't know, like all of last night, what I was going to sing today, and I always want these things to be spontaneous, but still,
How we are on this.
still on topic.
That's
but
how we do it.
I know everything is just included here, which is just wonderful, and it's just so this is the song that just jumped out and said, okay, I volunteer. This is the song.
I love it.
So this is I haven't sang this in a long time. It's called Fallen Angel.
Fallen Angel.
It's fall down, get back up. If you fall down, you're still worthy of love.
You want Mike? Yeah, we want to be able
Want me
to
to
hear.
hold it over here?
Okay. Well, we want to be able to hear
My
him.
personal microphone.
See?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to? Yeah, let's get to it. I was just thinking I'll just hold it.
I never felt like that, and I don't want to. You're something special, and I can never pretend I don't want you. I fell so far, and you fell from so high. But there's a reason that we tried. You said you'd be back again, my fallen angel. While you're doing what you gotta do, I'll be right here waiting. And if all else fails to send, no, my fallen angel, I'll be right here waiting to catch you. You can take it all away, or take a chance now. That door is open, and even if you stay, it could turn around. I won't hold you down. Got my own wings to fly. You said you'd be back again, my fallen angel. While you're doing what you gotta do, I'll be right here waiting. And if all else fails to send, no, my fallen angel, I'll be right here waiting to catch you. And if I should fall, I fall right into your arms. Come to know. Allergies, jeez. Good time for a solo.
Sound great.
You said you'd be back again, my fallen angel. You're doing what you have to do. It's not always what you wanted. And if all else fails to send, no, my fallen angel. No, I'll be right here waiting.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yes, beautiful. Ah, that That
love
is,
your voice.
I do too. It's just
Frogs
amazing.
and all.
I love
Frogs
it.
and all.
Oh, you couldn't even tell. It's
Exactly.
so beautiful.
So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet for
Oh
our
my
May 8th
goodness.
concert,
God,
please
do
go
it.
online at beginwithinministries.com.
Go to the
and
events page.
Go to
It's
the
right
events
there,
page.
Yeah.
Yes. And Adam is one of 6 acts
6 acts, yeah.
that we have. And if you're really good, I'll sing too.
Yes.
I say yes.
I know, you're so cute. So I have to tell you guys, we were doing our little what songs are going to be sung and on Zoom. And I thought, I was looking at other stuff, so I didn't have the camera and I didn't realize I wasn't muted. Oh, and somebody brought up a like 70s song and I just started singing because that's what I do in my life, right? Dakota and I have like, song words that just happen and we explode into song. And so I was doing that and I had no idea that I wasn't on mute with and everybody else on this call sings. Everybody else on this call sings, but and so it was cute. And Adam said I could serenade him anytime.
That's
so
right.
I appreciate
That's right. We love
that's a good cheerleader. Thank
Well,
you, Adam.
I feel like with everything going on in the world, if you feel like bursting into song, then
Yes.
you
You
should go
should.
right ahead.
Yeah,
You should.
absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
part of God's chorus, for sure.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful day.
I know. This has been awesome. So good. So good. So I will pray us out. If you'll ding me out.
I'll dig it.
Ding me out.
Here we go.
So just basking in this beautiful musical presence, energy, vibration, frequency that Adam created, that the bowl has created, that is our creative nature, because we are all one. And in this presence, in this part, in this oneness, knowing that this time together is good, and that each person received exactly what they needed to receive and are able to give exactly what they need to give. Because in this moment, this present moment, this time together, knowing there is only one presence, one life, one heartbeat, one breath, one song. For that, I am so grateful. I say, thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, universe. And I let it go and I call it good. And together we say, and so it is.
How can we support you?
Oh, well, thanks for asking, Barb. You can support us like you're doing right now. You showed up, you're here, you're online. We ask that you click, heart, like, and subscribe.
Bring your friends.
Bring
share
your
with your
friends.
Yes.
Share
let them know
us if we've touched your heart today and you want to physically give to us. That's great. You can do that at beginwithinministries.com, and you can make a one-time donation, or
You can become a spiritual church club partner, and that's $45 for an individual or $75 for a couple or a family. That also gets you things like our little mugs, and we have a new mug shot. Hold on, right?
a new mug shot.
We gotta guess.
Everybody get it? Everybody get the mug shot? Got the mug shot?
Did you
We
get
love
it?
our mug shot.
Dakota, you got it, right?
I hope so.
Okay.
Really
We
cute.
love our mug shots. Yeah, so that gets you. We have. It's called being a spiritual church club partner when you do that.
And there's swag involved.
And there's always swag involved because we like to spoil our partners, and our partners also get their tickets to the concert for free.
Free.
And they get to pick their seats to the
Yes.
reserved seating for only the partners. So
You can't beat that.
no,
No,
yeah.
you really can.
So we really try. We really try because we appreciate the support. We love to give out support. We appreciate the support back that helps us grow this ministry so we can bless all of us. So
Yes.
if you're able to do that, we would love it. So it's just simply over at our website, beginwithinministries.com.
And again, we're going to bring up the concert because you might not remember from 3 minutes ago when I said it. But it is May 8th. That's a Thursday night. So you're thinking, well, geez, Jeannie, a Thursday night, I'm in bed by 8. Well, so am I. If I can do it, you can do it.
But we're starting early because
But we
of
are
that.
starting early.
So we have a 5:30 to 6:30 meet and greet. So it's an open time. All the artists have their wares. They all have their own music and things. And so you can come and meet and greet all the artists, take pictures, photo ops, whatever. And the concert starts at 6:30. So we're starting a little bit earlier to accommodate for that. And then we're just going to blow the roof off. Sorry, Franciscan Renewal Center.
There you go.
We are. It's going to be incredible. 6 different acts.
I have a question. Is it going to be online, available online for anybody?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, this is an in-person,
Yeah.
in-person experience.
Right.
Yes.
You need to be here.
Yes.
So, but get your tickets and get them soon because
Yes.
it's going to be a big deal. I'm excited. We have Cerise Patron, we have Marcy Baruch, we have, of course, our own Adam, and we have Jennifer Sheets and Sisters in Spirit. Yes.
Yes.
So excited. We're excited for the lineup
And it's going to be an amazing experience because it is a little different in our setup.
right.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, we're not.
And that's all I'm going to say.
She's not going to give it all away.
I'm not going to give it all
Okay.
away. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, we're very excited to share that with everyone. So yeah, if you have any troubles getting your tickets, you can always message us and we'll help you. Sometimes
Yes.
those online things are a pain.
Yes.
So we're happy to help. But love to see you all there.
All right.
I
Well,
think
thanks for
that's
joining
it.
us today. We'll see you next week where I have a special guest because she's going away to celebrate her anniversary. So Erica Brown will be with me next week as we discuss resilience.
Is Jennifer Sheets showing? Who's coming next
I think it's Marcy
Oh,
Baruch
Marcy's
is coming.
showing.
I just want to
Ooh.
verify that with her,
It's
but I
possible Marcy will be
I
here
believe
just
Marcy
at
will
the
be here.
end
We
to
love
play
Marcy.
something. So
Yeah.
how fun. We're gonna showcase our
Start having
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Very
love
exciting.
it.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.